Hi, welcome back to 843 TV. We are back and we are with the lovely Charlie Clark with the Hilton Head Island-Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, and we're gonna talk about what is going on. Yes. So tourism season is here. The sun is out.
It's here.
The heat is here.
Yay.
So what do we have going on in this, and what do you see for this upcoming season?
It is a busy time. You look around, look on 278 with, Heritage is always, the RBC Heritage presented by Boeing is always the big sort of official kickoff to the visitor season. And it's been strong. If you've noticed, sometimes I think some of us have lived here long enough to where you can just sort of feel it. If you're going down 278, I can go, the island's full. And we also have numbers and we track everything in our office.
When you go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
On Saturdays.
No.
I know.
Or
locals know better.
Yeah, it's so wonderful that so many of our grocery stores now do have this sort of a delivery service, or you can pick them up and they load them into your cart, which is helpful. So it allows our grocery stores to sort of be free for visitors on Saturday. But it's been a strong spring. It's been a very strong spring. Tourism is up for the first quarter, as are ATAX, accommodations tax collections, which is up about 18%, which is significant for the first quarter. And what that means, that's good, because ATAX, that's heads and beds. And we're in a community where we market with dollars that are provided by visitors. Local tax dollars do not go towards marketing this destination. Visitors pay for that.
That's good to know. There's probably people who don't know that.
They don't. They think they're all our tax dollars at the end of the day. But isn't it nice that as a community, we don't have to fund that effort, that visitors are actually funding the effort to bring visitors here, which is a really substantial thing, as well as schools. There are benefits with that as well. So it's a strong season so far. We're off to a great start, and we are anticipating good things. We track reservations on the books, which are up for the year. If you look out the next 6 months, we do have tourism slightly up, which is nice. It's a nice marginal rise. Summer is summer. It's always going to be full for the destination. That always is. So it's nice to see some of that shoulder season growth. It'll be interesting to see what fall will bring.
Absolutely. Now, we've gotten here Hilton Head Island in the news lately quite a bit for a lot of awards. Tell us some of those new things, some of those new achievements and recognitions.
It's interesting. I get a email just about every day from our public relations firm letting us know. I wish everyone could see where Hilton Head Island is in the news, because there are stories and mentions, thousands of them happening out there. And we track them. We track every time Hilton Head is discussed or talked about. So we just were recently named one of the top Memorial Day destinations. Obviously a favorite for Southern Living, just articles. Also MSN just noted us as one of the top 25 fastest growing areas in the country when they look at it collectively as Beaufort County. So there's always news, always something going, and we're really lucky that it's positive. It's positive news about the destination.
And not just Hilton Head Island, but Bluffton is receiving a lot of accolades too, and that's so exciting.
It is exciting. Bluffton was just recently, as you all know, we had the Food Network in town.
Oh yes.
Which was great. Phenomenal coverage for the destination. It's their #1 rated show, is the Great Food Truck Race. And so that's something I think people might be unaware that our office does as well. We work well with a town. And this team, when a call comes in for, can we shoot in your town, they send that over to us.
Gotcha.
And so what happens is often we're able, because that's our expertise, we're able to turn one TV show into 2 TV shows. And that is exactly what happened when Food Network was here. Tyler Florence, their host, actually shot another show that they're doing right now called The Extra Mile that will be coming out shortly, and a lot of that was filmed in Bluffton.
Well, and we've had a few of the HGTV shows here in recent past as well.
We have.
With Island Hunters and Beachfront Homes.
Those are the gifts that keeps on giving.
Yes.
It is amazing when you look at the, we just met with HGTV last week actually, and when you look at the demographics of who's watching, it is absolutely amazing. That is a top rated network, and they're always doing a lot of things. So in PR land, we love the fact that those are rerunning as well. We get those clips back. So yeah, there's no shortage of great opportunities, and we have a great destination to market. So yeah, it's good to see Hilton Head in the spotlight and Bluffton getting its own as well.
Well, speaking of the spotlight, we've just been named America's Top Island for the 3rd year in a row. Are our visitors noticing that?
They do. It's interesting. They do notice that. We live in a world where we are awash in information. There's so much information. How do you swim through it all? How do you do that? So when you have a trusted source like a Condé Nast Traveler, or a Southern Living, or a T&L saying, this is a place you want to check out, And it's not the magazine itself saying it, which is powerful in its own right, but it's all those travelers and readers saying it, which is like gold when it comes to a recommendation. So people are often, we see people come with Southern Living in their hand, literally.
I have been reading Southern Living
Love that
for
magazine.
years. So I love seeing the place where we live featured. And it's not just paid advertisement, it's people talking, it's other people, word of mouth.
It's word of mouth, it is, and it's in a very effective, I mean, last time I checked, we all buy magazines when we're doing print, whether it's print or online, to read the articles. You know, we're all wanting to see what's the newest, latest, what are they going to tell me that I don't already know. So, yeah, it's an important accolade and it's an important third-party endorsement for us as a destination.
Now, talking about people's opinions and sharing, the social media has got to be a huge impact. Share with us how that social media works to benefit the island and so forth.
Well, social media is today's word of mouth.
Yeah, right.
You know, that
exactly.
really is. It is today's word of mouth, and influencers are huge. You know, it used to be when you were in travel and tourism and marketing this destination, you could do a print ad and you could do, you know, you did a little advertising here, and now it's across so many different platforms. And we are all influenced by influencers. We really are. There's an entire business set up around people who are coming to our destination. We actively recruit influencers on social media, some of whom have followings that rival major news outlets. It's surprising, and they have a very loyal following. People are looking at where do they eat, where do they stay, what are they doing? I want to do what they're doing. It's a lifestyle mix. We actually have some in town this week, as a matter of fact. We have two, one in Bluffton and one here on the island. So we're constantly looking for new ways to get that word of mouth out.
That's
Yeah.
so important, because in advertising, you know, you're trying to get a message out, and sometimes it takes 3 or more times for someone to act. But with these influencers, they're just saying, come do it, and people will.
Right.
And it just takes that one time.
They
What
have
should we be
amazing-
hashtagging, by the way?
Low Country Life, hashtag Low Country Life. So they're an important part of our media mix. They're an important part of what we do in terms of getting out there on social media, and they have become their own entity. There are agencies and agents just for social
That just
media
is-
influencers.
It's crazy.
And just
It
it's so
is.
instantaneous, you know, where you've
Oh.
got to wait for the ad to come out in the magazine next
Right,
month, but with
right.
the social media, boom, there it is.
Right, it's instant, which works really well in a lot of cases too. When you want to get a message out about your destination that you need to get out quickly, for example, during storm season.
Oh, yeah.
It is a phenomenal way that we
Right.
have to combat that whole, you know, when a meteorologist does that sweeping arm gesture, it says the Carolinas, the Carolinas.
I love that one, the Carolinas.
Instead, you can pinpoint.
Right, you know, and putting us in a box with, say, you know, Outer Banks is the equivalent of putting us in a box with Miami.
Right.
From a distance standpoint.
exactly,
And
yeah.
people don't get
Right.
that. So social media for us is a tool not just to get the message out about the destination in terms of come here, vacation, we want you to check out this place. It's a great way to kind of dispel information during storm season. I think we've all seen how powerful
Absolutely.
that is. And so, yeah, we are on the lookout. That also has an influence on visitors. That's something with the last 3 years and the storms that we've been facing, it's really important to combat that. And so that's
For
a way
sure.
that we do it.
You can still come here.
It's okay.
Let them know.
People's perceptions are interesting after the last. We're seeing, for example, advanced reservations for fall are down, and that's due in large part to storm perception.
Yeah.
State of South Carolina just did a study that they looked at what are people's perceptions, and a whopping, I think it was over 80% felt like that Hilton Head Island was severely impacted by the storm. Not true.
Right.
Which again is with social media, the best thing you can do is get those images out that says the coast is clear and we're open for business.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to share with us or hint around that might be coming down the pike?
I just want to say, one thing I want to say is everybody just roll out your hospitality. You know, this is such a great place, and we know it gets a little bit, we all do, a little bit crowded this time of year, you know, going down 278 with traffic or whatever it is, but just keep in mind that these are our guests.
Yeah.
We don't even, you know, we never use the word tourist
I like
at
that.
the Chamber and the Visitor. We never use it. We always say visitor or guest.
Yeah.
because that's exactly who they are. So I just encourage everybody to remember that we enjoy so many things based on those guests that we have here
Absolutely.
when it comes to restaurants and amenities. And so
Be
be
patient.
Southern, be welcome.
Yes.
I was just going to say that patience, kindness, and grace are going to go a long way. So
They do.
thank you both for sharing
Thank
about
you.
this exciting place that we have to live. And thank you all for watching this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.